स्ट्रीमिंग लाइव
स्ट्रीमिंग हो रही है। विक्रांत जरा खोलना वो इंडियन माइस यूट्यूब वाला चैनल। सर मेरा फेसबुक है ना, बहुत हो रहा है मेरे फेसबुक पड़े हुए। ये आ गया यूट्यूब लाइव हो गया सर। ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है।
What is our thing? I'll go on and check.
You are live now on YouTube.
But they will listen to all this for some time, I guess. Well, nobody has come in.
No.
Yeah, Sheldon has come in.
Yes.
Sheldon,
Hi.
hi.
Hello,
Yes.
Vijay.
Hi, Sheldon. You're live on YouTube now.
Oh, really? Okay. But how will people come to know this is a
Yeah,
great
he's sending you the link now. You just have to forward the link to the groups.
Oh, 7 or 8. But don't let other people enter now.
Can you
सर
send me the
यूट्यूब में तो चल गया, अब यूट्यूब देख लो। फेसबुक रहने दो। हाँ हाँ अभी नहीं करेंगे, हाँ थोड़ी देर बाद करेंगे।
So all of this is also getting recorded on YouTube Live?
ठीक है ठीक है।
I'm not sure about it yet.
फेसबुक रहना दूँ?
Because it is live already.
फेसबुक का वो तो दो, फेसबुक का क्या है सर मेरे अच्छा ईमेल पे चला जाऊँ। हाँ नहीं पर वो मुझे यूजर लॉगिन नहीं देगा ना, प्रॉब्लम वो तो है। अरे सर एडमिन पता नहीं का फेसबुक का नहीं उसमें तो जो फेसबुक का यूजर नेम और आईडी होता है ना वो चाहिए मुझे बस।
Vijay,
ये तो
you
ऐसे
have to
मिलने
give
वाला
me
ही नहीं। नेटवर्क इंडियन
the
मैसेज एजेंट तो मैंने खोल लिया
access also.
बट हाउ विल आई सर ऐसे नहीं ना, मैं अगर अपने फेसबुक से नेटवर्क इंडियन मैसेज का फेस खोल रहा हूँ तो उसकी सेटिंग्स में नहीं आएगा। मान लो मैं इसको लॉग आउट कर देता हूँ फेसबुक को, तो फिर मैं एंटर कब करूंगा? मुझे वो नेटवर्क इंडियन मैसेज एजेंट के फेसबुक पेज में जाना है। मतलब आपने अपने फेसबुक अपने पर्सनल फेसबुक से वो पेज बनाया था क्या? हाँ मैंने पेज खोल लिया। हाँ?
Yeah, Vijay, we are actually live on YouTube. I can see myself on YouTube.
Yeah, I think we went a little live early. It's okay. We are trying. It's okay. We'll get connecting people. That's better. Ritesh, I think we'd better get people connecting because we're anywhere live on YouTube now. We're able to see us each of us now.
Yeah.
No, that is true. But then, but we will send this link only at 12 o'clock.
No. Okay. Okay, that's right. Okay, people will only see it from then. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Got your point. You have the link ready?
Yes.
Copy the link and keep it to me also. I'll also push it from one end. You will push it at 12 o'clock. and make Sheldon co-host because you opened the system first, so you'll be able to control it now.
Seldon, you are a co-host now.
Perfect.
So you can check the share screen and you can check the presentation if there is a presentation now.
Yes.
Before we
Should I
start
share the
putting...
screen already?
No, yes, now we have started.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
So put this page as it is, and in another 2-3 minutes we can start. Can you check all the other slides as well?
Yes.
Ritesh, I send that link also into the NIMA thing.
I've already sent you.
Yeah, you already
No,
sent.
WhatsApp.
Okay. So we are exactly 3 minutes away. Shall I admit everybody?
I've already admitted Gajesh sir abhi right now.
Gajesh is come. Yeah.
Let the other wait. Sir, morning.
Morning, sir. Morning, क्या हालचाल है? सब all
Yes,
good?
sir. All good.
कितने आ गए, sir? How many now?
So
So
we have
people are
about
waiting,
8
but we
people
have not
waiting.
let them enter.
अच्छा.
We're about 10 seconds late onto the YouTube.
We have to mute all as well, and only Seldon will be speaking.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can mute all. Or we'll anyway mute, keep 4 of us on mute so we can guide if she's going wrong somewhere. So, and mute everybody else.
No, only you and Seldon will be on unmute. The rest, everybody will be.
No,
because
you
then
also
there
keep
will be
this.
too much of noise on the background.
No, we'll mute everybody, but we'll only mute 2 of us, but we'll put ourselves on mute so that we can
We'll
open up
keep-
if something is going wrong.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. We'll also put ourselves on mute.
So Seldon, are we ready?
Shall we admit all?
Seldon, once I do mute all, then you can unmute yourself, and this screen will be coming, and we'll start putting people inside, right?
No, we can just admit all. Shall I do it?
Yeah.
I'm admitting all.
Yeah.
Yes, ready. Got it. Got it.
Hello. Hello.
Rajesh ji, just to inform you, we're also live on YouTube.
Hello.
Your voice is not coming, Sheldon.
Hello. Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, have you started the presentation?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Not yet. We have 27 participants right now.
Okay. Good
Yeah.
noon, everybody. Good afternoon. Yeah, good afternoon. कैसे हो मुकेश भाई? बहुत बढ़िया राकेश जी, आप बताइए. बस सब दुआ है आपकी.
Sir, we are also on live on YouTube. So
Yeah.
request to refrain our talking.
कैसे हो गजेश जी?
नहीं राकेश,
हाँ जी सर.
वो मुझे मन कह रहा है कि हम लोग लाइव हैं यूट्यूब पे, तो आपकी बातचीत हम लोग कम करें. तो अनम्यूट, मैं तो अपने आप को अनम्यूट कर रहा हूँ, सब लोग अपने आप को अनम्यूट करें.
ठीक है.
या विजय, विजय.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think you can unmute everyone and we can start.
That Ritesh has to do it because Ritesh was actually holding the full host.
So I think, or we can wait for 2-3 minutes more as you say.
Yeah, I think then we can start off.
Where is Jagdeep? Bhagat ji? Vijay, where is Jagdeep?
Jagdeep ji was there. I don't know.
Hello, sir. Hello, everyone. Tushar this side.
Tushar bhai.
Morning, sir.
Sir, shall we start off?
मेरे लैपटॉप से किसने यूज किया था जूम और नाम चेंज किया था?
कब जूम में कब?
Sheldon, are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Shall we start off?
Sure. We can. We have 32 participants. You would like to start?
Yeah, the people will keep joining us. Don't worry. We'll go in anywhere. We have the YouTube. People will be able to watch later.
Okay. All right. Okay, shall we? Can we mute everyone else?
Muting everybody. You can unmute yourself, Sheldon.
All right, great. Good afternoon, everyone. 12 o'clock. I want a quick update on some of the participants. Can you see me and can you hear me clearly? If you can you please type in a yes? I'm still, okay. Can somebody start accepting people, because I am accepting people right now. And
I'm doing it.
let's see the chat. Okay, thank you. Let me look at the chat. Yes, Loud and clear. Is my video visible as well? I hope my internet is supporting me today. Awesome. Thank you so much. I'm super duper excited for this masterclass on mind reprogramming. And the reason why I'm so excited is because we're living in such a unprecedented times, right? We're all living in an era which I think we probably would have only thought about in Hollywood movies or Bollywood movies or Tollywood movies, right? Like, who thought that we would be going through an era where our business would be hit, our health would be hit, and we would have this basic fear of even talking to another person, right? So thank you so much for joining in. My mission is to empower you guys. I have been fortunate enough to have a lot of mentors in my life, so I want to give back the same to you as well. And thank you so much. And what we're going to learn today, okay, hold on. All right. So what we're going to learn today is a masterclass about your mindset. Now, why is this mindset even important? Why are we doing this 1 hour session of mindset, right? Why is it so important? And then second, what I'm going to address is I'm going to address the 3 mistakes that each one of us go through, okay? Not just you, not just me, each one of us go through, and that limits your potential. Okay, someone, Ashish Kumar is saying, I'm unable to hear. I think it should be your audio. If you could check. Guys, if you can hear me, can you quickly type in another yes, guys, please? So that I know that I'm not talking to myself. All right, awesome, thanks so much. I would like to keep it interactive. Chat is unfortunately, I can't see everybody. So chat is a great moment to have an interaction. So keep it going, guys. I promise you, I'm going to give you 100% of my energy. And if you want my 100%, I would need your 100% as well. Okay? Awesome. All right. So let's get back. So what I was saying is that second thing that I'm going to talk about is 3 mistakes that limits your potential. And the third thing that I'm going to talk about is a slightly technical version of how really your brain works. We need to know the mechanics as well, right? Before we start reprogramming and working on your brain, we need to know a little bit about your mechanics. Fourth thing I'm going to address is what is your identity code. So each one of us have an identity, a personality, the way we think, the way we behave, right? What is that code? Super essential to understand that. I'm going to deep dive into that as well. And finally, how to reprogram your mind, right? This is something that I think everyone is excited about. Everyone asks me, how do I do this? How do I do that? So this is the how masterclass today. If you're wondering how you can take control of your mind, this is how you can do it. And I'm going to deep dive into that as well. And finally, last but not the least, I have a surprise for all the participants because I love to give surprises. And this surprise is going to be right at the end. So you will have to stick from the beginning till the end. You have to stick from the beginning till the end. All right. So guys, ladies and gentlemen, whoever is on the webinar today, take out your pen and notebook and make notes. If you're driving, then don't do that. But if you're not driving, have a notepad, have a pen, and please write down, because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of value given to you. I'm going to do my best in giving you value. So who's excited? I want to see who's excited to learn today. Who is excited to learn today? If you are, please type in excited, the word excited, if you're excited to learn today in the chat box. Yay! How many participants do we have? We have 37, including me. So I was expecting a little more today. Maybe it's because it's a work day for everybody. So that's awesome. All right. So before I dive into this, okay, some of you might know my story, but I think most of you don't know who I am, right? So if you would like to know who I am, what is my story, what gives me the right to even stand in front of you and talk about this topic? Yes, is that okay if I share? If it's okay, please type okay so that I can move forward. All right, awesome. I see some very, very familiar faces, names, I would say. Awesome. So I come from a beautiful state called Sikkim. And unfortunately, but I lived in Delhi all my life. I was born and brought up in Delhi. I did my entire education in Delhi. So I post-graduated in international business. And from Shriram College of Commerce, which is a Delhi university. And then I come from a service background. Okay, so my whole family has been in jobs and things like that. So my obvious choice would be to do a job, to get a job, right? So I started with an education company. I did not like it so much. Then I jumped into the media lifestyle vertical. I hated it even more. And then finally, I jumped into the tourism side of the vertical. So, and I think that's where my career really took off. I want to show a very familiar picture to all of you. I think you would know this familiar face gentleman, this good-looking gentleman right here. So I have been part of the travel trade for about 11 years, 12 years, I'm losing count, 11 years. And I work with the best of the brands. I've been so fortunate to work with the best of the brands. Here are some of the brands. I'm sure you know Disney. I work with Universal, SeaWorld, Visit Orlando, Florida, Miami, Kissimmee, Chic Outlets, Venetian, Macau, Budget, Ethiopian Airlines. So I've really, really explored different varieties of tourism products, and I've been an expert in marketing and sales for these kind of brands. Absolute wonderful life that I've led in the corporate. At the same time, I don't know how many of you know this, I've also been a trained professional dancer. So I've been a professional dancer. It's a funny thing because growing up, I had, well, I was, I grew up with such a tight conservative environment, and I was never really allowed to pursue any hobby. So when I started to do my work, my job, and I got that earning potential, I was like, okay, now is the time when I'm going to go ahead and do my hobbies, right? So that's where I started my first dance class and my first job. And then one thing led to another, and I just wanted to do it as a hobby, but one thing led to another. I became a professional dancer. Like I started training myself 5 days a week, 6 days a week. I did events, I did performances, I had my own studio, I was teaching. It was such a wonderful, wonderful life. Like I've been so privileged about that. And then almost a decade of 9.5 years of doing everything, working in the corporate life and doing everything. There was a turn in my life. This is what I became. I don't know how many of you, I don't know how many of you were ever in a job before, but after a decade of job, this is what I became. And the reason why I became this is not because I hated my job, not because I didn't love what I was doing, but because of the corporate politics and the people around you are always trying to pull you down. I'm an ambitious person. I wanted to grow further, and there was a glass ceiling that I was not able to break. And every time I tried to break that, somebody would pull me down and absorb me into all kind of traps. I hated that. Like I knew like this was not me, and I needed to get out of the shackles. So I decided to do something very, very interesting in my life, which is I quit my job. I quit my job. So then I thought, what do I do next? And then I said, okay, the only logical step at that time was entrepreneurship, right? So this was a massive shift in my personal life because, like I said, I come from a family of service, and not just service, government service. Like my dad has been a doctor with the central government for 35 years, now retired. And so it was extremely hard for me to move from a job mindset to come into the world of entrepreneurship and to see what it is. So, there was a lot of things on the stake at that point of time. So what did I do? I started my tourism marketing company. I'm named here for Experience Kissimmee, which is a tourism board of Kissimmee, Florida, United States. And I did not just stop there. What I did simultaneously is because I had to prove this to my dad that yes, I'm good enough. I had this whole growing up journey to prove my dad all the time. So at the same time, what I did is I also started a business and e-commerce network marketing companies into lifestyle branding, holiday lifestyle products and things like that. And you know what? And I thought that, yes, this is my life. This is going to be amazing. I'm out of the corporate rut. I'm going to work hard, which I did. I worked in, day out. I stopped hanging out with friends. I stopped literally sleeping, eating, having fun, watching movies, everything. And I just wanted to, build something, show it to my dad, make money, be successful, show it to everybody. And and then everything was great. But after almost 2 years, I was falling apart again. I was falling apart again. Nothing was making me happy at that point of time. I was just, end of the day, I was making money, but I was stressed. I was making money, but I was not happy. I was growing financially, but I was, I felt trapped. So I'm like, what the hell is happening? Like, and after a certain point of time, I realized even money didn't drive me anymore. Like, then I realized what is happening. I was unhappy in the corporate. I came out of corporate. I got into entrepreneurship. Now I'm unhappy. Now what the hell is happening? And so what did I do next? I went into a whole different spiritual journey to find passion and my life partners. And I went into a 1 year of massive community service. I just went around and I did whatever I can to help other people. I started working with underprivileged children. You can see this picture, gorgeous kids, such a soul. I started working with academies, institutes, colleges, and I started coaching students there. I started working with different associations. I started speaking everywhere. So I just did whatever my knowledge base was, marketing, personal development, everything related to personal development. I started to go left, right, center. And I was like, okay, I'm going to contribute. And I'm just going to live my passion. And what I realized is I made zero money out of this. Okay, zero money out of this. But the happiness that I got back was 100%. Like, I love this journey. So finally, I realized that I found my passion. And this is just not my passion. I know this is my life's calling, which was into coaching. And the moment I realized this, then I realized, okay, I need to now start upgrading my skills, right? Because I have to, if I'm trying to help you, I need to help you in the right way. There has to be system. There has to be techniques. There has to be strategies. This is not motivational speaking, my friend. A lot of people think this is motivational speaking. This is not motivational speaking. So what I did is I went on a personal growth journey with mentors like, I don't know how many of you know, Tony Robbins is the world's #1 strategist, Mel Robbins, Matthias, and Arfin Khan. And so I went on this whole personal growth journey with his mentors, and I wanted to not just to contribute, also have my own self-growth. I needed to work on my own self-growth, because obviously if I am not self-aware as a person, there's no way that I can help you be there, right? So I went into this whole journey of being self-aware, learning, reading, researching, and everything. Amazing, right? So finally, who am I today? All right, so I'm the founder of Zingras Tourism Marketing, which is the tourism side of the business. And I recently became an investor and advisor in the startup e-commerce company, which is 24 Breeze. And I'm also a life coach, a business coach, and a speaker. That's my website. And I do one-to-one. Oh. Was my video not on? Okay. So sorry for the interruption. So I'm also, like I said, I'm a life coach, business coach, speaker. My website is mentioned right here. I do one-to-one coaching. I do group coaching. It's been an amazing journey. And I'm also an author in the making. I'm coming up with a book called The Entrepreneurology. And this whole concept of this book is I want to help people start their businesses. I want to help people identify their passion, break the limiting beliefs, their fears, get over their fears, and start and following the life that they want to live and live at their full potential. And in a short span of a year, I've impacted over 700 people, and I have collected hundreds of testimonials. I know I couldn't fit everything on this page, but I have so many good feedback coming in. I feel so blessed that I've been able to contribute and make a difference in people's life who actually wanted it, who had taken that decision to change their life, because we all want to change things, right? But we never take that decision. So these people took the decision to actually do something about it, get coached, and sit on a rocket and shoot up to the moon, right? That feels so good. And that's where I think I just want to clear, that's what coaching is all about. People ask me a lot of things. What is coaching? Why do we need to get coached? Everybody needs a coach today, whether you are in any field, whether you are a CEO of a company, there are CEO coaches today, or if you are a sports person, even Sachin Tendulkar has a coach today. I mean, of course, he had a coach always. I mean, if he without a coach, there is no way that you know would be able to go to your full potential, because there's, believe it or not, there are times that we need that hand. We need that holding hand. We need that somebody who's going to hold your hand and pull you through. We need that push at times, and that's what coaching is all about. It's about strategy. It's about planning. It's about action taking. It's got really nothing to do with motivation speaking. So I just want to clear that about, because a lot of people think I'm a motivational speaker. All right, so that's about me. So let's deep dive into the main topic. But before that, I want to understand who is ready to take action and what we're going to learn today. Who is ready to take action? Because you know what, why I'm asking this is because I can go on and on all day about strategies and methods and this and that. But if you are not ready to take action, do you think it's ever going to make sense? It's not. Nothing is going to make sense. So I want to understand who is ready to commit today, that they're willing to get out of the comfort zone and do a deeper work within themselves. Who is willing to commit that? If you are ready to commit that, please type I commit in the chat box. I hope people are not sleeping, because I cannot see anybody right now. Everybody's cameras are also closed. So if you are ready, yes, I commit. Let's see. Devang, hi. You've attended my session before. I don't think you're committing. Mukesh, hi. Commit. Hi, Tushar. Hi, absolutely. I commit. Yes, guys, it is so important. I want this commitment from you guys, because otherwise everything else that I'm going to talk about is just going to be Gyan. I will become another Gyan Baba, and then, nothing is going to be fruitful. Great. Thank you so much. So why are we talking about mindset today? Why are we even doing this today? Let me understand one thing. Let me hear from you guys. What do you think is mindset? If I have to ask you, what do you think is mindset? How would you define it? Can you put in the chat box quickly and tell me, what do you think? What is your definition of your mindset? What is your understanding of mindset? I want to see quietly. Vijay is being focused. Okay. What do you think is mindset is? I mean, we're doing a 1-hour session of this. Attitude. Okay, but here says attitude. Yes, absolutely. Thoughts going in the brain. Yes, absolutely. Thoughts. Yeah. You all are right. Mindset in simple terms, if you really have to break down in layman terms, is basically what you think, right? It's what you believe in, the way you see yourself, the way you see the world, the way you perceive the things around you. That's your mindset. It's your attitude. You're right. Absolutely right. So why is it so important? Well, this is a quote. This is a research that I saw, which is very interesting. According to Stanford psychologist Carol Dweck, it's your mindset. It's your mindset that plays a significant role in determining achievement and success. It's your mindset. So check for yourself. Today, wherever we are, whatever life you're living in, this is all a result. I keep introspecting a lot. I'm that crazy person. So this is all the result of your decisions, right? Of some kind of action that you have taken in life. This is a consequence. Your life today is a consequence of certain decisions that you have taken in your past, right? And what is the basis of decisions? Your basis of decisions has always been your experience and your thoughts, right? Your experience is also related to your thoughts, right? So where does this thought come from? It comes from your mind. It comes from your brain, right? So do you think understanding your mindset is important? Yes or no? Do you think it's important or not important? If you think it's important, type yes. If you think it's not, type no. And yes, so it's super crucial. Yet I meet so many people, my friends, and it could be one of you. Check for yourself. I meet so many people. Majorly two categories of people. One type of people says, oh, you know what? Mindset कुछ नहीं होता, सब पता है मुझे, सब आता है, ज्ञान बाबा, वो खुद ही ज्ञान बाबा बन जाते हैं. Guys, don't be shocked, okay? I have a very good Hindi because I'm Delhi wala. So these people are like that self-proclaimed ज्ञान बाबा, उसे सब आता है मुझे, कुछ सीखने की जरूरत नहीं है, कुछ mindset कुछ नहीं होता. And there's second set of people who say कि time नहीं है, बहुत मेहनत है, too much effort, too much no time, so busy with work, so busy with kids. Why you have to learn psychology? क्या होगा उससे? There are two kinds of people broadly. Check for yourself. Have you been in that space? Because I have been in that space. I have been in that. I've actually been in both the spaces where I've complained where there's no time, and then I've complained that I know everything. You know, I've been like proud that I've known everything. So, and entrepreneurs, I know most of you are here, or almost all of you here are entrepreneurs today, business owners of some kind. From my travel friends, all my travel friends are here. I've got to let you know this. Business success. If you're looking for business success is 80% psychology and 20% skill. Write it down on a piece of paper, write down on a notebook. Business success is 80% psychology and 20% skill. But check for yourself. What have you been doing till now? A lot of people come to me and say, marketing सिखा दो, sales सिखा दो, networking सिखा दो, digital marketing सिखा दो. कभी कोई बोलता है मुझे mindset सिखा दो, psychology सिखा दो. Nobody says this, unfortunately. And then they want success. They want to be successful. But you have to understand 80% is a psychology, game of psychology, knowing self-awareness, knowing about yourself, knowing about other persons, knowing about your clients, knowing about your team members, knowing about everybody. So this is super, super important. If you want entrepreneurs here, listen to me clearly. If you want a business success, you've got to work on your psychology. You have to commit working on your psychology and your self-awareness and everything. All right, let's go to 3 mistakes that stop you from unleashing your true potential. Well, frankly speaking, there are a lot of different mistakes. A lot of different mistakes. Like sometimes I get crazy looking people, hearing people making mistakes. But I want to just quickly highlight 3 of them. The first one is living in fear instead of living in possibilities. What does this mean? We're living now, today especially, we're living in this era where we are surrounded by fear all the time, right? Fear of health, getting coronavirus, so you can't go out, you're locked out in your house. Your fear of losing your business, your fear of losing your job, your fear of relationship failing. There's so much of fear. You're telling you watch a news channel every morning, and then they're like bombarding you with fear, and fear, right? So we're all living, most of us are living in fear instead of living in possibilities. Now, what are possibilities? Possibilities are basically your opportunities. Your opportunities that are beyond your fears, that if you are able to come out of that fear, the zone of that fear, you will see possibilities. These are your dreams, your goals, your things that you want to achieve in life. And I truly believe in the living in the possibilities. And I truly believe, and I'm telling you with so much of conviction and confidence, each one of us have the potential to achieve anything you want in life, anything you want in life. Now, when I say anything, okay, that doesn't mean that you're going to grow wings and fly across the ocean, okay? Let's still be realistic here. But I mean, any goals, any vision, any dream that you might have, it's possible to achieve it. You can do it. Now, it sounds motivation as well. You might take it as motivation, but this is a possibility. This is living in possibilities, and this is the truth. So today we're living in fear more than living in possibilities. First mistake. Second mistake, waiting to feel ready before taking action. Oh my God. I don't know, check for yourself. Have you ever thought that, you want to take an action, you want to do something really important, you think it's going to be good for you, for your life, for your business, for your family, for your anything. But you know what? जब वो action लेना होता है ना, so people can say, अंदर से आवाज नहीं आ रही है. Has this happened to you? अंदर से आवाज नहीं आ रही है. If it happened to you, please type yes again. Because I can't see anybody, so I really want to have some interaction, and hope that you guys are awake and listening to me. Yes, if it still happened to you, it has happened to अंदर से आवाज नहीं आ रही है. It's almost like I think कि भगवान जी प्रवेश करेंगे आपके अंदर और आपको बोलेंगे जा बेटा जी ले अपनी जिंदगी. कर ले जो करना है. But the truth of the matter is, my friends, you will never feel ready to do anything new. And I will tell you why in the next slide. I will tell you why. You will never feel ready. Everything that I've done in my life, from professional dancing to starting my business, to starting now another business, to getting into different verticals, I have never felt ready. But I knew one thing, that is good for me. That was enough. If it's good for me, I am taking action. I'm never going to feel ready. My insights of अंदर से आवाज नहीं आएगी मुझे कि बेटा तू तो चीता है, तू कर ले. नहीं आएगी आवाज. The third mistake that people do is trying to be perfect. I am, personality-wise, I'm type 1 perfectionist nature. I had this massive problem of being perfect. कुछ भी करना है तो एकदम perfect होना चाहिए. You know, anything you want to do, even in the job, even when I used to write emails, I used to be like, okay, this has to be so perfect. The language needs to be so correct. This has to be so correct. Well, nothing wrong with it. Nothing majorly wrong with it. But the problem comes when this attitude starts to stop you from actually doing something. Because perfectionism is also some level of fear. There's a level of fear. You're living in fear that's hidden behind in your subconscious mind. What kind of fear it could be? It could be fear of not good enough. You know, maybe I'm not good enough. People won't like it. And दूसरा fear is, लोग क्या कहेंगे? What would the other person think about it, right? क्या सबसे बड़ा रोग क्या कहेंगे लोग? Right? So you're always trying to be perfect. You want to launch a product. You want to launch a service. I'm talking about in business, or you want to talk to a client. You want to make presentation. Always trying to make it so perfect कि आप शुरू ही नहीं करते. End of the day आप launch ही नहीं कर पाते. Time निकल जाता है. Absolutely, Sangeeta, you're right. Time nikal jata hai, the moment is gone, and you just sit there and like, shit, kash ye kiya hota maine. So this is the third mistake that stops you from unleashing your true potential, right? Awesome. Well, the reason why I know these mistakes happen is because of your brain. So if you feel, now don't start beating yourself up and say, I'm pathetic, I'm bad, I'm not good enough, मैं ऐसे करता हूँ, मैं गलतियाँ करता हूँ. It's okay. You know why you do this mistake? Because our brain is designed in certain way that makes you do all these kind of, show all kind of behavior. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to deep dive into your brain psychology a little bit, okay? Maybe it might get a little technical, but please stay with me, guys, because if you understand this, you will know how the mechanics of the brain is, and that's where the reprogramming can start. All right? Okay, I again want to see some energy, guys. Can you give me some energy? If you're excited, are you excited to understand how your brain works? Yes? Yay! I wish there was some kind of sound coming back and, you know, cheering and things like that. It was so much fun. I miss the time when I used to do seminars and everything. That's so much fun. Awesome. All right. Okay. So personally, as a person, I have been obsessed about research and the workings of the mind. So I've done so much. I've watched, I've followed, I've read, I've researched different experts from the field of neuroscience, quantum physics, NLP, which is neuro-linguistic programming, and a lot of spiritual philosophies as well, to really understand कि दिमाग में साला चलता क्या है, right? And what I discovered was like super interesting. So I want to just make it more easier for you. So imagine how a brain, okay, I'm going to use brain and a mind as a synonym, okay, so that it doesn't get confusing. So एक ही चीज़ है, brain and mind अभी एक ही चीज़ है, right? So I tell people like brain is like a supercomputer, right? Computer का काम क्या है? वो आप program डालते हो, computer में input, there's an input of program, and it processes some certain thing and gives you an output, right? Our brain also functions in a very similar manner. So what is your input here? Your input are your thoughts, right? You're thinking, the voices in your head constantly moving around 24/7. These are your inputs. And then your brain processes that information and gives you a certain kind of result or answer, right? That's your output. So when I was wondering, when I was looking at this thought, control mein nahi hai, mera mind control mein nahi hai, ye nahi, that's not true. That's a fake, that's a false idea. Your brain, your mind is in your control because your thoughts is in your control, your mind, right? So, but at the same time, I was like, okay, जब अगर mind मेरे control में है, so how many of you living the routine? We get up in the morning at around the same time every day, on the same side of the bed. We get up, we have breakfast at the same time. People who are going to office today, so हम पहले lockdown से पहले, we go to the office at the same time. We reach your workplace at the same time, meet the same kind of people, do the similar kind of work, come home at the same time. Everything is a routine, isn't it? Do you agree to this? Everything is a routine. So what has happened is, according to cognitive neuroscientists, by the age of 35, we are conscious of only 5% of the cognitive activity. When I say cognitive activity, it's basically your brain activity. By the age of 35, you're conscious of only 5% of cognitive activity. But if there are 5% of consciousness है, तो बाकी 95% का क्या हुआ? What has happened to the 95%? The rest 95% brain activity is a memorized set of behavior, emotions, attitudes, beliefs, and perceptions. 95% is a routine today that you have set over your lifetime now. And that's exactly how habits are also created. Habit kya hai? What is a habit thing? You do one activity simultaneously, repetitively for a period of time. And over the period of time, you'll realize that, that becomes a habit. Your body accepts it, your mind accepts it, and you're very comfortable with that emotion and that habit. That's how habit is created. So 95% of your brain activity, my friend, is a habit. And only 5% is free will. मतलब 5% is consciously you try to take a decision कि आज हम ऐसे कर सकते हैं, आज हम वैसे कर सकते हैं, ये है वो है ये. Wow, isn't this interesting? Like for me, it's like super interesting. I hope you're not getting bored of this. I hope it's not getting too nerdy. So another fact that I found very fascinating was, according to National Science Foundation, an average person is about 12,000 to 60,000 thoughts per day. Wow, that's a lot of thoughts in our head, right? And interesting enough, 95% are the exact same repetitive thoughts as day before. So आज आप सुबह उठे हो and you're thinking the exact same thoughts which you thought your day before. 95%, which means 95% is your habits, right? And even more interesting is, in that research says, 80% of that repetitive thought also that you're thinking is negative thoughts. 80% of it is negative thoughts. So which means you're not just getting up in the morning and thinking about your old thoughts. You're getting up in the morning and you're thinking about your negative old thoughts. Interesting, right? So why the 3 mistakes that I've talked about, that is a mistake because you're designed in such a way. That's your brain the design. Your brain is a memory bank. Okay, before I come to the point, I want to give you an example. Your brain is also like a memory bank. So computer hai brain. The computer mein aapka memory bank to hota hi hai, right? So what this memory bank does is it collects all your past experiences. Okay, it collects all your past experiences and it records this in a memory bank. All right, and then what it does is, and when you wake up in the morning, it starts to think of all the past experiences. Now with these past experiences, it is also connected to your emotions. Everything you do is also connected to your emotion because there's certain meaning that you give to a past experience. Okay, let me give you an example so that you don't get confused. I've given this example in my previous webinar because this is so powerful personally for me. Like I live in a duplex house, and so my room is upstairs, and there's a flight of stairs connecting to my room. Okay, and one time what happened? I woke up in the morning, lazy morning, and then I was trying to come down for breakfast. I didn't realize my housemate had mopped the entire stairs and it was freshly wet. And like a heroine, I was walking down the stairs. So I slipped right from the first step, and I went all the way down, falling down till the end of the bottom of the steps. And I really badly hit my back, and I cut my hand. I was bleeding from my hand, and I was like, my back was hurt, and I had to travel in a week. It was crazy. So that experience left a very deep impact in my head, okay? And my brain kind of stored it. And then what happened is every time this happened 2 years ago, by the way, but till date, every time I try to come out of my room and go down, automatically there is a sensor in my body that gets activated, okay? I start to feel some kind of anxiety. I start to get the moment I look at the stairs, I go back into that experience of falling down and that pain, and you start reliving that emotion. And you know what I did? Then I have this railing on the side, and I immediately catch hold of that railing, and I walk down while holding that railing. Otherwise, I cannot come down. So what this brain has done is, my brain has captured that memory experience. It has given an emotion. It has given a meaning to it. The meaning is danger, be careful. We have fallen down once, we can fall down again, be careful. And it activates all kind of neurology, neurons in my head. So coming back to that, what I was talking about, the brain activity. So what it does is, imagine if every day you have similar thoughts going in your head, you have neurons in your brain. The neurons get fired, get activated every time. And because you're doing it repeatedly, these neurons can become hardwired. There's a pattern that becomes, and they become so hardwired after a while that you want to break it, वो टूटता ही नहीं है, बहुत मुश्किल से टूटता है उसको. मतलब अगर 25 साल लग गए वो बनाने में, तो उसको obviously आप overnight नहीं तोड़ सकते, right? So it takes time. So it becomes hardwired. I hope it's making sense. I feel like an absolute nerd today. And another thing that I want to explain is your brain is very, very primitive, my friend. Your brain is 2 million years old, and it is still the brain is 2 million years old, and it is still primitive to an extent. Or like, let's imagine Stone Age. Let's go to the age where we had nothing. We were in the Stone Age, and उस time पे क्या था हमारा fear? What was the human fear that time? कि कोई जानवर ना आ जाए हमें खाने के लिए, कोई और आके हमें ना करे. So we were always scared about security and food. Then we wanted to get food. So we were in that survival mode. So your brain is still in a survival mode today. So it's not designed to take risk and grow, but it's designed to protect you from external conditions. So whatever you're feeling, sometimes you feel fear, sometimes you feel, all these behaviors that I talked about that stops you from your full potential. It's a normal behavior because your brain is designed in such a way. So when I actually started to understand all of these things, I started to beat myself a little less. Because I'm a perfectionist, type 1 perfectionist, and I'm like, shit, सब कुछ सही होना चाहिए, ऐसे होना चाहिए, वैसे होना चाहिए, and I'm very, very ambitious that way. All right. So this is a formula that I learned over the years, and I want to share this with you. That your thoughts drive your emotions, which drives your actions, which drives your results. Right. So let me give you another example. For example, when what example can I give you? Like when I wanted to be a professional dancer, right? My thought at that time was like, yes, I want to learn professional dancing. What was my emotion attached to it? Yes, I'm excited, I'm driven, I'm committed. And what action did I take? I did massive action. I did massive action of going to the classes, training. On weekends, I used to train 10 hours non-stop like a crazy person. And the result that I got was professional. I became a professional dancer, right? That's a positive thought. If your negative thought, let's say, what negative thought are you getting today? Coronavirus situation. If you think you are if you're afraid of venturing out because you think you might catch the virus, what kind of emotions are you going to feel? You're going to feel scared. You're going to feel frustrated. What kind of action are you going to take? Really no action, right? You're going to just sit at lockdown and sit at home like I've been doing. And the result is really nothing much, right? So your thoughts really drive the results. So we all have goals. We all have dreams we want, but we never really go back and see what our thoughts are. All right. Now, a lot of people now, इतना ही आसान होता कि thoughts को ही तो control करना है ना, तो positive thoughts सोचते हैं, right? So people, if somebody is going through a problem, okay, let me ask you this. I think this is a very funny thing which I feel is, if let's say you're having a problem, you have a crisis, you're losing a job. Let's say you're losing a job or a business, and you're trying to tell this to somebody and saying, you know what, my business is failing, this is happening, and someone says, "बेटा कोई बात नहीं यार, तू टेंशन मत ले, think positive, सब ठीक हो जाएगा." कितने लोगों ने सुना ये think positive, सब ठीक हो जाएगा? How many if you have, can I have another yes if you have heard people saying this, think positive, सब ठीक हो जाएगा? Awesome. But you know what I'm going to say? This is something which is contradictory. This is something which a lot of people might not agree to. I don't believe plain positive thinking works. And I don't even think motivation works. I think motivation is garbage. It doesn't work at all. It's bullshit to me. Right? Because अगर इतना ही होता ना तो हम सब लोग positive think ही कर रहे होते. It doesn't work. Because what works is we've got to understand what drives those thoughts. That again comes back to self-awareness, my friends. What drives your thoughts? Because अगर plain motivation thinking ही अगर काम होता ना, you know what I would do today? I would wear a superwoman costume. And I would go to the roof and I would shout in top of my lungs saying, yes, coronavirus bhag ja. Or everything is going to be okay. But you know what? Everything is not going to be okay. Because you've got to take action. Yes, you can say motivation is a temporary relief. Sanjeev is saying that. Yeah, absolutely. It's very, very temporary. I can pump you up for today for 1 hour, and then next 2 hours you'll be charged and you say, yes, 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 I will take action. फिर 2 घंटे बाद lunch किया फिर खत्म. फिर नींद आ गई फिर सो गए खत्म हो गया सब कुछ. सब motivation गया भाड़ में. So what works, guys? What works? And I'm going to talk about what works. Now listen, pay attention more. Look at this cute baby. How cute is he? Like, I fell in love with this baby's picture. You know, when we were all born, right? When we were all born, we came as a clean slate, right? Kuch pata na dimag mein, look at this baby's picture. We were all born like this. A baby has the ability to poop and eat at the same time, right? It would care less about anything in life, right? Then what happens is, when we came in, we had no thoughts, we had no programs set in our head. But when we started to grow up, what happened? We started to interacting with the environment. सबसे पहले कौन मिले हमें? Parents ने कुछ सिखाया. Parents said something. Beta, don't do this, don't do this, do this, don't do this. And then your friends come and say something. Then your teachers come and say something. Your relatives come and say something. Environment, more. Everybody starts telling you something, which becomes your belief system. Your set programs is nothing but your belief system. Your belief system is basically what you believe about yourself, again, what you believe about the world. It's almost like this chashma that I'm wearing today. This belief system is like my specs, okay? And this specs is, let's say if I wear a red color specs, I would see the whole world as red. Not necessary that the world is red, but for me, that's the truth. Because I believe that the world is red because I'm looking through the specs. If I wear a blue specs, I would see everything blue, right? So every one of us have certain belief systems set in our head. And that's what formulates our identity code. That becomes our identity. That becomes our actions, our decisions, our thoughts. Everything is driven by a belief system and your identity. So the train जो मैंने आपको दिखाई है, उसका जो engine है, that is your belief or your identity. Now your belief and your identity can be two types. It could be negative and it could be positive as well. Now your positive belief is very good, okay? It pushes you forward, it drives you forward, it makes you take action and get your results. But the problem comes with your negative, when your beliefs are negative in your head. कुछ भी अगर बड़ा काम करना है, let's say if I just want to lose weight, you know, and my thought is like, I want to lose weight, right? But ऐसा होता है दिमाग के पीछे, but like, really, you want to lose weight, you lazy ass? Diet पे तो control है नहीं. Exercise तो करना आता नहीं है. You think you want to lose weight? You know, there's always these negative voices in our head that is talking to you constantly, that is trying to push you back. These are your belief systems. Yes, limiting factor. I call it a limiting belief because what it does, it limits your potential, and it stops you from becoming opening your true potential and living your best life. So what are these limiting beliefs? Like, I want to give you certain example, and then I'm going to do a quick activity with you so that it'll help you reprogram. I will give you an exact strategy to how you can start reprogramming your mind. Oh, wow. What are these limiting beliefs? Let me give you some examples. I'm not good enough. Like, I had this limiting belief. I am not good enough. Like, so perfectionism का ना कहीं पीछे एक limiting belief होता है. I'm not good enough. Unfortunately, I can't commit. Okay, I want each one of you, I hope this slide is clear. I want each one of you to really go through this limiting beliefs. And these are just a very few examples. They could be 20, they could be 100, they could be 200, they could be 1,000 limiting beliefs in one person. It's very much possible, and I've seen it myself. So if you just out of these 23 examples that I have, do you relate to anybody? If you relate to anything, just write the number, maybe. On the chat box, just write on the number. You relate to number 5, point number 5, or point number 15, or point number 18, or anything else that's not part of this limiting belief, part of this example. You could write anything that is stopping you today. All right, awake? Are you, I can't love myself conditionally. I never will have enough money. पैसा पेड़ पे नहीं उगता है. You know, this is the limiting belief that I grew up with. Money is so hard to earn. You have to work hard to get success all the time. Hard work is the only way to success. Uh, uh, my dad has this limiting belief. He thinks that only other people can get rich. He cannot get rich. I'm too old to try something. A lot of this is so common I've seen in people. I'm too old to try something. कि वो लोग कर लेंगे, मैं नहीं कर सकता, मेरा टाइम निकल गया. You know, Sanjeev is saying 3, I don't have the ability to protect myself emotionally. Yeah, very common. Emotionally, 9. Hi, Ajit, I always mess things up. 20 integrity. Wow. That's a huge limiting belief, my friend. Who wrote this? Vijay. Vijay, no, I can show you the strategy. But you really think अगर ये limiting beliefs आपको रोकता रहेगा पीछे से, आप कर पाओगे? Let me give you an example. In fact, there was a travel agent from Bombay, and this person came to me with a business problem, saying, I can't find clients, I can't grow my business, I can't, I can't seem to convert any sales. So when he started the coaching process with me, oh my God, the limiting belief that he had was, I'm bad at networking, and I can't meet new people. Imagine you're in a business of networking, and you can't do networking. So आप बताओ मुझे कहाँ से आपका business बढ़ेगा? I hope this example makes sense, right? So we have all these limiting beliefs that is actually stopping you from doing what you really want to do in life. Awesome. 19 is, I'm too old. Yeah, Prashant, absolutely right. Too old. I tell my mom all the time. I said, Mom, you can do this. You can learn this. My mom has a standard example saying, I'm too old for this. I can't do this. Technology समझ में नहीं आता, ये समझ में नहीं आता, वो समझ में नहीं आता. Well, some things are true, but most of things are self-created here in your head, which can be programmed, and that is the good news. That is the best news that I can give you today. Awesome. All right. So do you want to learn how to reprogram your mind? Do you want to get over and become unstoppable starting today? The session is about being unstoppable. Do you want to really reprogram your mind and be unstoppable? Yes. Yes, 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 yes. I want the excitement. I want the power. Yes, 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 yes. Absolutely, you guys. You guys are wonderful. All right. Okay, here is the strategy. Here is the strategy, you guys. The secret technique. This is actually I use in my one-to-one coaching session. Hey, Sanjeev, yes, NLP. So I'm good. Yes, you're absolutely right. So I'm going to talk about an NLP technique today. This is a secret technique. First of all, let me go back to this slide. I want you to, since you've identified the limiting beliefs, what you have, what I would like you to do is I want you to write the exact opposite, complete opposite of what it is in the chat box. कुछ भी limited belief है, if I'm not good enough, okay, let me give you my example. I'm not good enough का मेरा opposite positive belief is I am a rock star. I am a rock star. You know how I love the whole concept of rock star, because rock stars are people who are so confident, who are so energetic, they're charismatic on stage. So whenever I come in, I even right before the master class, I was telling myself, I'm a rock star, I'm a rock star, I'm a rock star. And it gives me that energy. Okay, and I want you to make this more powerful, like something like rock star, something with a big adjective. I will start today. Itna powerful nahi hai. I have limitless potential. I like that. I like that. It's never too late. Can you make it even more stronger? Ravi Kumar, can you try making it more stronger, something which is more done? Listen, I don't know how old you are. इतने सालों का जो प्रोग्रामिंग चेंज करने के लिए एक छोटा सा सेंटेंस काम नहीं आएगा. I will master myself to control my emotions. You know, I have, Sanjeev, let me tell you, I had the same thing. You know what I call myself? I call myself an emotion healer. I call myself an emotion healer. I believe that I not only heal my own emotions, I help other people heal their emotions. So, you know, this is so powerful. I'm a wizard of creativity or anything, you know. So I want you to guys make something very powerful, make it like a fun adjective. You know, something when I feel low and energy, I call myself, I'm an energy bunny. You know how energy bunnies are? मुझे वो Duracell का ad याद आ रहा लगता है, energy bunny, and I start jumping like a bunny here and there. Energy bunny. Today is the best day. Today is the best day ever. Ankush, I like that. Best day ever. So I want you to get these limiting beliefs, these positive beliefs, and what you've got to do is to create a habit. It requires repetition, right? It requires repetition. So this new belief that you will be creating today, tomorrow, whenever you're going to create it, you've got to make it a habit of repeating it in your daily activity cycle. Okay, some level of affirmation kind of a thing. But सिर्फ affirmation से काम नहीं आएगा. Again, वो एक positive thinking myth बन जाएगा. You also have to back it, support it with emotional evidences. Now, what does this emotional evidence mean? Your brain also works like a CID, FBI, whatever you like, CID, FBI. The moment you start thinking your thoughts, what your brain does is it looks for evidences. If I say I'm not good enough today, you know what my brain will say? Your brain will say, yes, you're right. You know why? Because the other day you did something, you messed up something. You know, you were not good enough. Or you did this, or you did. It starts to dig out all the negative evidences. And then at the end of the day, you say, I'm right, I'm not good enough. You keep validating your own statement, right? So अगर नया belief चाहिए ना, आपको वो भी validate करना पड़ेगा. If I say I'm a rock star, right? And I think, why am I rock star? And I think, why am I rock star? Well, you know what? I did this webinar that day. Wow, the first webinar I did, today how many people are there? Not a lot of people. But first webinar I did, I had 500 plus people on that webinar. Amazing, amazing response. And I remember that feeling. And it was like, yeah, I did such a fantastic job. People loved it, such great feedback. I'm a rock star. You know, so you have to find those emotional evidences every single day and like chant it like almost like a mantra. A habit takes about 21 days minimum to start seeing that shift. आज आप पूरे दिन भी करोगे ना तो कल नहीं होने वाला. It's almost like going to a gym. If you want to build a muscle, a bicep, you go into the gym and work for an hour. You come and stand in front of the mirror. Do you think you'll have biceps? You'll have like any form of shape of muscles? No, right? But if you do it for a week, you do it for a month, you do it for 2 months, you start to see some shift, right? And that is what is how your brain works in a similar way. So you have to be at it. You have to be constantly at it. So that's why I put a note. This is not a overnight process. I put this note specifically because you know what? A lot of times people come to me and say, they ask me solutions. ऐसे दिला दो. जैसे कि एक जादू की गोली देने वाली हूँ मैं किसी को. You know, magic pill. Doctor आया, paracetamol दिया, fever दो दिया. ऐसे नहीं होता है, guys. I cannot give you the pill. I can help you through this. I have a 10-week program that I take people through on how to reprogram your mind. And it takes that much of 10 weeks time, 3 month time to actually see a shift in your own personality, in your beliefs, in your strategy, in your actions, everything. So it's not an overnight process. It has to be. But I still wanted to give you this technique because some of you, even if 2 people start applying this, your life may change. And I'm going to be very, very happy about that. Right? So repetition of new beliefs plus emotional evidences. I want to give you another strategy, which I personally do it every single morning without fear. Okay? That is priming your mind. You have to prime your mind. Priming is basically a preparation. Okay? कुछ भी लाइफ में सक्सीड करने के लिए प्रिपेयर तो करना ही पड़ेगा ना. प्रेजेंटेशन अगर आपको अच्छा करना है तो आपको प्रिपेयर करना पड़ेगा. If you're athlete, if you're playing cricket, you have to prepare yourself, right? So here also you've got to prepare your mind. You've got to do a priming. And how you do priming? What you need priming? You need discipline. Strategy बहुत basic है, बहुत ही फंडा बहुत basic है. कुछ ऐसा कोई rocket science नहीं है, right? I'm sure you've realized by now. But what is tricky is that the path of discipline, the commitment. And what I do, I want to share a ritual with you that's going to help you create that discipline in you in your daily life, because I do it and it has created a magnificent. The person I have become today is all because of the priming that I've done over the years. So I want to share that priming strategy with you. Are you there, guys? Are you excited about? Are you still excited, or have you gone off? If you're excited, please type excited. Yes. You're waiting. You're saying yes, excited. Awesome, you guys. You guys are amazing. So like this picture shows, it shows meditation, right? So, and I'm not saying कि आप बाबा बन जाओ या कुछ बन जाओ, but I think there has to be certain ritual wherein you can reflect on yourself. Okay, and I'm going to give you exact steps on what you can do, because this is what I do. The first step I do is the breathing exercise. Okay, and just deep breathing, because what breathing really helps me is it helps me calm down. There's so much of negative voices going on ahead. You know, सुबह से ये है, वो है, ये करना है, वो करना है, ये achieve करना है, वो करना है, बच्चे रो रहे हैं, ये कर रहा है. So it helps me calm down, right? So that's how I started with the breathing exercise. I do 3 sets of breathing exercises to calm myself down, bring that attention, focus. And then the second thing that I do is I practice gratitude. Now, why do I do this? I give myself 3 beautiful moments that I'm truly grateful about. It could be a big moment, could be a small moment. I give myself these 3 gratitude moments, and I go and live back in those moments. I try to listen to what happened back then, what I was saying, what the other person said, or whatever that feeling is. And I try to live into that gratitude moment again. And what the power of the gratitude is. Awesome. Wait, Swatang, right? I hope I'm saying the name correctly. I recollect 10 of them. Yes, absolutely. You could do 10, you could do 100. I do 3, right? So I do, and I live in that moment. And what gratitude, the power of gratitude is, it helps you get back into a beautiful zone. Because gratitude makes you reminds you of things that you have. Okay, agar aap, all those things that you have in your life, it makes you remind that, and you feel and it makes you remind of those things that is in your control. So it gives you in a beautiful, beautiful feeling. So I do practice. I remind myself of three pieces of gratitude. Third thing I do is I do my prayers and chants, and it could be anything. It could be mantras, whatever religion or whatever, anything that you, mantras and chants. And then what I visualize is I visualize like a golden light or white light coming into me. And I also visualize that I am sharing that light with everybody around me, my friends, my family, my relatives, strangers, the world, whoever around the world. I imagine giving that light to everybody. And the fourth thing that I do is I come to visualization of my goals. So I do 3 goals every day. I visualize them, 3 things that I want to achieve in my life. And I don't just visualize them, I live it. I visualize them in such a way that it's done, it's done, I have it, and, it's in me. I'm celebrating that moment. I am enjoying that moment. Everybody around me, whatever your goals is, I live that moment. I feel that gratitude. I feel that excitement. I feel all of those things. I feel it's already happened. And guys, I want to give you another analogy here, which is so powerful. And that analogy over the time has changed my life. And that analogy is, I call it living in the highlights. Living in the highlight zone. What does this mean? Let me give you an example. Let's see, I'm sure most men are here. So cricket to maza aata hi hoga. Cricket khele mein to bahut maza aata hoga, right? So let's say you're in a work day, you're working every day, और शाम को ना इंडिया पाकिस्तान का मैच है, okay, cricket match चल रहा है इंडिया पाकिस्तान का, and इंडिया पाकिस्तान क्रिकेट मैच है, and you're very excited. 6 बजे इंडिया पाकिस्तान का मैच है, and you're excited कि अब मैं घर जाऊंगा और मैं मैच देखूंगा, right? But something happened in your work, business, कुछ emergency आ गया, कुछ client आ गया, कुछ आ गया, and you end up missing a match आप देख ही नहीं पाए, and you're like, oh shit, match miss हो गया. So then by 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, you're going back home. Okay. You're like, चलो मैं highlights से देख सकता हूँ, So you're going back home, and on the way in the traffic jam, you're sitting in the traffic jam, and you see a lot of people on the road celebrating, firecrackers, लोग हल्ला गुल्ला सब कर रहे हैं, celebrate कर रहे हैं. What would you think? क्या हुआ होगा? What would you assume? लोग इंडिया का flag लहरा रहे, put in the chat box. What would you assume? लोग इंडिया का झंडा हिला रहे हैं, celebrate कर रहे हैं, पटाखे फोड़ रहे हैं. Actually, what would you have assumed? India won, right? India won. You think, oh yes, India जीती, people are celebrating, रो नहीं रहे लोग, right? So then you're excited, and you go home and you're like, okay, चलो मैं highlight देखता हूँ यार, हुआ क्या होगा? Let's see क्या होगा, highlight देखता हूँ मैं. So you start watching the highlights, okay? Now let's say first half of the match is over. India is let's say 22 runs, 6 wicket down. Half time हो गया इंडिया का. 22 runs, half wicket down, 6 wicket down, 22 runs. एंड लेट्स से इंडिया के पास सिर्फ 10 ओवर रह गए और इंडिया को 10 ओवर में 200 रन बनाने हैं, लेट्स से hypothetically. Tell me one thing, guys. What would you feel at that moment? Would you be afraid? Would you be scared? What kind of emotion would you feel at that moment? Please write down in the chat box. I want to hear. What kind of emotion will you feel? That comes Dhoni. Yeah. Enjoy. We will still make it. Absolutely. Will you be scared? Will you be worried? Will you be like freaking out? कि अब क्या होने वाला है? No. You will be excited because you know the end result. आपको पता है इंडिया तो जीत चुकी है, बट आप अब एक्साइटेड इस बात में हो कि अब साला मैच तो और इंटरेस्टिंग हो गया. ऐसा क्या हुआ होगा, यू नो, इन योर हेड यू विल बी थिंकिंग ऐसा क्या हुआ होगा कि इंडिया या इतना खराब खेल रही है, ऐसा क्या हुआ होगा कि आप इंडिया जीत गई उसमें. हाउ डिड इट चेंज द गेम. It is so excited about that, right? So this is called living in the highlights. And my friends, you've got to learn how to visualize your goals in such a way. You've not just got to think, हाँ मिलेगा मिलेगा. You've got to live in it. You have to think, it's done. It's done. It's yours. It's only about the journey. It's only about the timeline. It's only about taking action. On journey में ना कुछ भी होगा. Of course, journey is not going to be straight. It's going to be like this. You're going to have ups and you're going to have downs. But every time you go down, that doesn't mean that आपकी लाइफ खत्म हो गई है, अब सब बर्बाद हो गया है, कुछ नहीं होने वाला. It doesn't mean like that. It's all part of that journey, because end of the day आपको point B में जाना है ना. So journey अगर ऐसी है तो end of the day you're convinced that you have to reach your point B, and no matter what happens, you are confident. It's confirmed that the result is yours. This is the power of visualization, living in this highlight, guys. This concept has changed my life. It took me a while to get into that zone again, because every time I try to get in the zone again, those limiting beliefs come in and say, like my big dream is to have a TV show. Okay, I want to interview people. I want to have, I want to do a internet show and things like that. Like that's like I want and on a big scale, not just small scale. Like that's my big dream. I want to have a production house. I want so many things. And you know, when I sit today and I look forward and I पहले शुरू में सोचा, are you crazy? Like a production house? Like you have no, you have no experience. You have no money. You don't have that much money. You don't have no, what are things? There's so many limiting beliefs come into your head. But today I'm pretty confident that I will make it there. It could be 5 years. It could be 10 years. It could be 15 years. I don't know. That is my journey. But I know I'm going to be there. Right? So this is what the power is. And the last thing which I do, which is super crucial as well, is ask yourself empowering questions. हम लाइफ भर ना क्वेश्चन ही पूछते रहते हैं, ये कैसे होगा, वो कैसे हो रहा है, ये क्यों हो रहा है, ये क्यों नहीं हो रहा है. Now you have to consciously ask empowering questions. So this will help you to get emotional evidences. So I have this set of questions that I ask myself every morning while I do part of this ritual. I ask myself, why am I a rock star? Why am I a rock star? And my brain automatically goes into the CID mode and looks for evidence and says, hey, you know why? Because you're awesome. Because you did this, you did that. And I tell myself, and then my second question I ask is, why does money come to me so easily? Why am I able to grow money so easily? And my brain starts to give me all kinds of evidences and examples and support. Your brain can be your best friend, my friend. It's your choice. Your brain can become your best friend or your biggest enemy. This is like my favorite line I tell to everybody. And most of the times we make it our enemy. But you can make it your best friend by these empowering questions. You can have 10 empowering questions, 20, 30, 40, 100, I don't care. Whatever you need. And look at your wheel of life. Look at your life, whole span of life. Not just like business or career, but your health, your relationships, your family, your friends, your physical environment and everything. Look at yourself and see what is the vision of your future. क्या चाहिए आपको life से? And उसके हिसाब से आप empowering questions बना सकते हो. I hope it's making sense. Okay, someone here has read me. Someone says here, you're living in a life of fantasy. It is easy to be said than to be done. Is this a limiting belief? I want to hear this from Redmi. I don't know who Redmi is. Sir, madam, whoever this is. You're living in a life of fantasy. This is one of the big limiting beliefs. and biggest mistake people do. कहना बहुत आसान है, करना बहुत मुश्किल है. भाई साहब मैंने कब बोला है करना आसान है? भाई करना ठीक है. आई एम टेलिंग यू, आई एम नॉट सेइंग करना मुश्किल है. टाइम लगता है, but it's possible because you need discipline. Everything which is discipline, with right strategy, with it's possible. Anything your potential is limitless, my friends. You have no idea. You are functioning in probably 5% of your potential today. It's limitless. Since you deserve more, and this is a surprise for people who are still here on the end. Oh, 2 people have logged out. I see. I am going to give. I was expecting more people on the call, but that's okay. I'm going to give 10 people, first 10 people who follow my page, my Facebook page, my Instagram page. It's already there and following. That's okay. I'm going to, if you send me a message, I'm going to offer a one-to-one discovery session. 30 minutes to 1 hour discovery session. People have already taken it already. No need to try this again. That's okay. But people who are new here and you want to really explore themselves more, I am happy to offer you a free discovery session, no cost at all. No, you'll have to write this on my Facebook or my Instagram page, and let me just show you, give you my my page information. My Facebook page is Seldon Tenzing Growth Strategist. My Instagram is Seldon Tenzing Strategist. I have a YouTube channel with Seldon Tenzing Growth Strategist. My website, my email, everything's mentioned. Reach out to me on one-to-one basis, and we can schedule a session to understand where you are stuck today, where you are standing today, where you can go, and how you can do it. Right? And so that's all I have. Thank you so much. I want to tell you guys, I believe in you. If no one has said anything to you, let me be the one to tell you. I believe in you, and I truly believe that everyone's potential is limitless. Absolutely limitless, and there's nothing in this world that can stop you from doing what you want. The only person that can stop you is you. The only person that can stop you is you yourself. So stop being your own enemy. Learn, start being self-aware, get a coach. Today, if I did not have the different coaches, I spent lakhs and lakhs of rupees to get this information, to absorb this information, to get that hand-holding, to get that guidance in order for me to stand here and be able to share this with you guys. It's not a simple journey, but it's absolutely possible. So thank you so much. I would love to see you. And Ankush, you'll have to reach me out separately. I'll forget. There's too many chats coming in. I'll miss it. We can separately text talk if you would like to have a session, and we can take a session. All right, so I'm kind of done here. So I want to take up questions. You have any questions right now? You've been a wonderful guy. Any questions right now that you would like to take? Would you like to come on the call, or would you like to do a chat with me? Anything else?
Hi, Sheldon.
Yes, hi.
Hi, Sheldon. Good afternoon. This is Vijay Putran. Hi. First
Hi,
of all,
Vijay.